Only an idiot would spend $900 on a statue that he doesn't even know what it is. I mean, this is obviously a armored dog with gingerbread men opening a coffin below it. Only an idiot would do that. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Today we're looking at another Berserk piece from Prime 1 Studios. If you don't know what Berserk is a pretty cool anime or manga that actually tells the story about a guy named Guts and another guy named Griffith. It's recently been even more popularized because the creator of Berserk and the writer actually passed away. Prime 1 Studios, the company that actually makes these, is doing an entire line. I have 5 pieces right behind the camera, and I think about 6 or 7 more on order. Now, what's interesting about this piece, I said in the intro, I don't even know what this is. I haven't got to this in the story yet. However, I had it on a wait list. I purchased this through a distributor, Sideshow Collectibles. I had it on a wait list. It converted. I reached out to a friend. I won't say his name, but his name rhymes with Schmem Lint. And I said, hey, man, I don't know what this part of the story is yet, but is it worth it? And he said, absolutely, you need to buy it. So I jumped on it, especially when you consider that most of the Berserk pieces can actually flip for more money after they're sold out. Now, while that's not my main goal with collecting, because I am a hoarder, that is nice to know in the end. So I do know a little bit of background about this piece. This is actually from a dream, I believe, Casca, or Casca, which is actually a statue right here that I have on order. This is a dream she had, and I believe it's supposed to be a companion piece for this armored Guts piece right here. Now, if you go check out the review I did on that, that's before I even started reading anything about it. I just bought the statue because I liked it. So I get tons of information wrong. But don't worry, that'll probably happen again today. So again, this is a dog. It's a sidekick, I assume, to Guts. And I have no idea what's going on with the storyline, which is going to make this extreme review kind of difficult to do. But we can definitely talk about the paint and the sculpt and how cool is it that you have an armored dog crawling down a big sword with a cannon out of its mouth. That alone should rank in the concept huge, and I think it will. That's why we're going to start with concept. So again, if you're a huge fan of Berserk, you're about to hate me, but that's okay. I hate you too. Let's kick it off. So first of all, on the base, you have a museum-style sub-base down here, which all of them do. They kind of match together. This one has the brand of sacrifice on what is considered the front, even though I kind of like this being the front right over here. You have this giant snake-like creature with spikes coming out of it, which is kind of true. All their bases have these fallen creatures. And then the gingerbread men, and again, I'm not sure what they are. I'm sure there's a storyline behind it. They are trying to get into a coffin. Inside the coffin is actually someone who's decomposing. I don't know what's going on there. Clearly, this is Guts' sword right here, this big giant sword. And the dog has its tail, a very fluffy, almost like a horse-like tail wrapped around it. He's coming down. In this particular setup, he's actually kind of howling at the moon with a big cannon out of his mouth. Now, I bet you if I knew the story well and I've got to this part, which I haven't yet, I would think this is an amazing concept because I think it's cool as hell just as it is. The only thing this is really missing that a lot of the other pieces have is blood. Most of them are very, very bloody. There is no blood in this particular one, but I like the concept a lot. I am not going to grade it, however, because I don't know the source material well enough to do so. But I can talk about the logistics of the statue, like the design. So first, let's get dimensions on it. It is a tall piece. You're about 26 inches tall, and the diameter of the base is about 13 inches. Some of these parts stick off a little bit more, but not really anything big. Before we talk about the different display options, let's look at the unboxing and assembly. One box, which is a nice change for Prime 1 Studios pieces, especially some of these Berserk pieces. Standard white foam, 2 layers. So here's the first layer with the tissue paper. It consisted the dog and a bunch of the gingerbread. Did I say gingerbread? Whatever the hell they are. Second layer had the base, the coffin, and a few other parts to it. about display options, I bought the exclusive, which is the cannon mouth that you actually see right here. Now the regular version has a non-cannon mouth, also kind of howling up, or another mouth where the neck is going down. Well, I don't think it's an exclusive or fail. I'm definitely going to display the exclusive. Makes me wish I had almost packed up the other ones back in the box. Did come with your standard directions, which I actually did need, so that was nice. Everything fit together great, and there was a lot of dynamic parts to this, so I am impressed with that. So for design, everything works really well. I think it's a 4 out of 5. It's nice that it doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm going to try and see if I can fit them in between my two guts. Paint and sculpt, Prime 1 Studios rarely disappoints. They rarely disappoints with Berserk pieces, so let's check that out. Now starting at the base, I'm not going to spend too much time on this sub base down here, but it has that intricate writing just like everything else, the brand of sacrifice on the front. And again, I like it because it matches the rest of the line. But there's a lot of dark colors down here, the browns, the greens, the tans. And while it looks accurate and it's done really well, I think it's turning me off a little bit. But even look at this creature with the spikes. The chain is a little plasticky looking. Although, yeah, it is plastic. I like the different shading that's offered in this creature around the spikes, the darker greens there. The gingerbread men, kind of this off brown tannish color, and then the smiley faces. God, these guys are creepy. Even inside the coffin, you see a lot of this cool detail. The exterior of the coffin is done really well. I like the grains on the wood, little emblem on top. Looks like a true coffin. I think they did a great job. Again, some great black shading, some dents and ridges within the coffin. So really just a lot of cool stuff going on in the base. There is some mud on the back that's not the best sculpt or paint, but you rarely see any of it. A little bit more there. Guts sword looks fantastic. This is where there is that little amount of blood, which, you know, his sword is always killing stuff, so that makes sense. And I like the coloring they use. They didn't use like this high gloss or 3D blood effect on it. The tail looks phenomenal. You still see a few white pieces I need to get out. Look at all the different strands and how it swirls together, and it's kind of this great black color. Almost looks like there might have been some blue in there, some very, very subtle blue. But that's just a fantastic job on the sculpt, how it wraps around and the pieces stick out, goes around the sword. The beast here looks fantastic. I love the ridges in the armor, how the paint almost looks shiny, but it also looks matte at the same time. So many overlaying ridges. You see some almost rivets holding the suit together. Armored dog. Now where the eyes are, could have been done a little bit better. I'm having some bad reflection here. Some more white that needs to come off. But it looks okay. If you're looking straight at it, not necessarily the best. The cannon, I like the weathering on it. Tiny little ridges around the muzzle there. Sharp teeth. So really a lot of cool stuff on this guy. Very different piece altogether. All right, paint. Well, I'm not loving it as much as I am the sculpt, and maybe it's just because of the different colors that had to be used here. I think it's a 4 out of 5 on the paint if I had to rank it. The armor, the metallic aspect to it, but non-metallic aspect at the same time is great. The crate, sculpt, I like a lot. I think it's done phenomenally, and I think this is where it really takes the case. I would almost give it a 5, but I'm going to say it's a strong 4 out of 5 for the sculpt, while I think it's better than the paint. Value. So they made 500 of these. 200 are the exclusive with the cannon mouth, and then the other 300 don't have that. Retailed for $900 plus shipping. I can't remember what I think was $60 from Sideshow. So really not too bad. You're about $1,000 in. This is a 1/4 scale, so it's 4 times smaller than the original version, which there isn't an original version because this isn't real. It's from a dream. It's a dream Casca had. Casca. That's the problem when you have characters, you only read their names. You don't know what it's pronounced like in real life. Plus, sometimes I pronounce it wrong to piss off the people I hate. But I think value is good. Like I said, it's a very low edition size. They're coming out with some new Berserk armor pieces, so it would pair even well with those. So I think the value is a 4 out of 5 on this piece because Berserk pieces seem to continually increase in value. Now, does this have the X factor? Is it a 5 out of 5? You know, I don't think it is, but I think it's a 4 out of 5 overall. It's a badass statue. I really like it. It's different, which is cool. So we're going to stick with a 4 out of 5 on the rating for this guy overall. What do you think? Do you think these are gingerbread men? Are they trying to get food from the coffin? Post that in the comments below, because every time you comment, this can happen. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey guys, again, I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. It really helps me. And if you want to see more Berserk stuff or even non-anime related stuff, make sure to hit that picture of me to subscribe. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Take care.